Now, I know exactly what you're thinking. Why do you look like you've been run through by Johnny Sins and Jason Love, both at the same time? Well, that's because I feel like it. Since the age of 14, I have been plagued by this, and it has been slowly killing me. It's something that I have tried my best to fight back against, but whatever I throw at it, nothing fucking works. Absolutely nothing. I can't do anything about it. And this thing, oh god, even saying the name of it sends shivers down my spine. The thing I'm fighting against is hay fever. And it must be going through your mind, like, what do you mean? You're chiseled like a Greek god. Like, your body's defenses are probably at optimal capacity. What do you mean you can't fight a little bit of hay fever? I couldn't even answer you that. I've been through everything. My body has fought everything so completely fine. Whether it's corona, a stomach bug, an illness. Every time I'm under something and my body's fighting something, it can deal with it pretty perfectly. My body's actually an incredible piece of meat engineering. it just works really well against fighting against everything. But this meat sack has one big weakness. It's the fire to the grass type. It just doesn't know how to fight a bit of plant cum for some reason. I don't know why. And people will be like, hey, why don't you just use a hay fever tablet? Hay fever tablets help everyone. Like, you take one of them and you'll be A-okay. No, it doesn't help me. Nothing fucking helps me. In fact, let me give you a little bit of lore in my backstory. I don't even know if you can hear it. Can you hear my breathing? Like, that's all hay fever. I don't smoke. That is all hay fever. So let me take you back. Let me take you all the way back to 14 when this incredibly sad moment happened. So throughout my whole life, I never suffered from hay fever. Nothing ever happened. I could roll around in a patch of grass, you know, give it like a little motorboat, like, and I'll be A-okay. Like, nothing ever happened to me. But then at the age of 14, I got a little sniffles. You know, my nose was running, and I was like, hey, why is my nose running so much? And my mom was like, hey, you're allergic to plants. I was like, hey, why? But the sniffles is nothing bad. I took a hay fever tablet like everyone told me to do, and I was on my merry way. Everything was fine with that. Next year, I was 15. And then the sniffles turned into a bit more of a runny nose. My nose started getting a little bit blocked. And I was like, hey, my nose is getting blocked. Took a hay fever tablet. Everything's a good one. We go the year after. My eyes start to get a little bit itchy. My nose is running and it's blocked. I was like, hey, it's getting a little worse. Don't you think, Mom? She's like, hey, take a hay fever tablet. It's normal. Took a hay fever tablet. I was good as new. Next 3 years, it kind of stayed on that trajectory. You know, everything started getting a little bit itchier, a little bit runnier, a little bit more stuffy. One of the years, I even got it where I woke up and my eyes wouldn't fucking open. Like, they were crusted, like, sealed shut. No matter what you fucking did to it, they just wouldn't open. I'd have to run them, like, under a tap in order to, like, pry them open. Or I could do the very, very painful thing where I just get both my eyelids and just, like, rip it open, but I didn't want to do that. So I just went and I got out of bed and kind of, like, touched the walls, trying to find my way to the bathroom to wash off. But yes, that continued for a little bit until a year or two ago, where I got the stuffy nose, itchy eyes, the whole shebang, all together, all at once, to a extremely uncomfortable degree. And my mum was like, hey, take a hay fever tablet. An hour or two later, I go, hey, it's not fucking working. The hay fever tablet is not working. Also, I missed a little chapter there. At some point, and I am not asthmatic whatsoever, I have to take this. Purely because of the hay fever, which I think does, in that case, make me asthmatic. But I only ever use this in summer. Every other time, no matter if I do exercise or whatever, I could just fucking throw this shit away. During the summer, I have to keep this on me all the time because of the hay fever. Anyway, took the tablet. Didn't work. I'll call the doctor. I go, hey, this shit ain't working. She asked me to take a different one because apparently different hay fever tablets do different things to different bodies. Whatever. Took it. Didn't work. She was like, hey, take 2 of them. And it actually managed to work. So for a year or two, I had to take 2 hay fever tablets at once and it would fix my problem. Now we come up to today. This year, I've been taking 2 hay fever tablets for the past week. Hey, it does fucking nothing. Every year, it gets worse. And I made a video about this last year, and you could see how bad I am last year. I look worse last year, but that's because that was kind of the build up to now where everything was starting to get a little bit worse. But this year, nothing works whatsoever. I think the only reason I look semi-presentable now, apart from last year, is because, I don't know if you can tell, everything is closed. My door is closed, the blinds are closed, the window's closed. And I cleaned up this whole room so that there's literally no chance of any pollen coming in. And I'm still suffering. I have not left the house until like 6 o'clock this morning to walk my dog, and I'm still suffering from it. And the strangest thing to me is the body fights off so many things. Why is pollen? Why is that the one thing my body's like, hey, you just can't fight this off for some reason? Like, there's no indicators to where your body's like, hey, this is dangerous. But my body's just like, hey, this is really, really dangerous. You should stop doing it. I don't know why hay is coming out of my mouth so much in this video, but it's so dumb. I find pollen and hay fever to be like the dumbest thing that your body can react to. I know nut allergies and stuff are out there, and just any form of allergies are just dumb anyway, because your body's basically saying, hey, there's an issue with this, when there's clearly not an issue. There's nothing poisonous about them or anything, but your body just acts that way to protect you. I don't know why. But nuts and stuff you could always avoid. Hay fever is one of those that you can literally never avoid because there's pollen around you at all points, at all times. I think even in the winter, there's always some form of pollen running around. You just literally can't avoid it. So your body should have at one point been like, hey, this is literally okay for absolutely everyone. But I have no clue. I guess people can be allergic to water as well, so that could be one of the things. I don't know. But yeah, every year it gets slightly worse until I make this joke with everyone. At one point, I feel like I'm going to die of hay fever. I'll be the first person to die of hay fever because it just seems to be getting worse every single year. Absolutely every year it gets a little bit worse, and I'm just waiting for the time where the doctor comes up to me and goes, hey, you've got 2 weeks to live. Your hay fever is getting pretty bad, man. So yeah, for a lot of people, this is pretty much a nothing burger. For me, it's a topic I'm quite passionate about. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm speaking with a lot of passion behind my words because this is fucking bullshit that people are out there enjoying the sunshine because it's finally sunny here in England, and I've got to be cooped up in here so I don't die of hay fever. Anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.